Hello, beautiful friends. Thank you for tuning in to Movement Medicine Morsels. I'm really happy to be here with you. And this week we continue 15 minutes of freedom. So each session is 15 minutes, a gentle, relaxed, yet focused session on a particular theme. Today's theme is meeting our breath. So we're going to spend some time tuning into our breathing, settling it down and maximizing our breath potential, and then exploring how to lead our movements with our breath. So, first of all, I just want to say that we basically breathe the way we are. If we're an intense person, a thinky person, a quiet person, a calm person, we're going to interpret our breathing exercises as we are until such time that we have a shift. So today we're going to be exploring very gentle access to the breath. Because to me, the gentleness leads to deep relaxation, which is the place where our body heals and where we receive expansion of information when we slow down, when we step a little bit outside of our habituated patterns. I'm going to slip back just a little bit and let's begin. So, planting the feet, feeling the feet grounded, feeling the sit bones grounded in your seat. Let's inhale our hands up, big reach, interlace the fingers, and then press the palms up. And really lengthen. You want that long, supple spine. And on an exhalation, melt the hands and shoulders down, but keep the spine nice and tall. We're going to tap a little bit to wake up some of our important breathing spots. Let's tap a little bit around the chest, very gently. We're saying hello, we're connecting, reconnecting. And wherever you're tapping for this little introductory exercise, see if you can gather the breath into the tapping area. Pause for a moment and fill the chest with the inhalation and let it empty with the exhalation. And then tap a little bit more. Put one hand on the hip and tap across the lungs of the opposite side. Now lift the bottom hand up and drape it over so that you get a curved spaciousness here on the side. And we're going to pat up and down. Oh, got to start my timer. We're still good. So stop the hand for a moment and rest and expand your inhalation into the side lungs and the side ribs and even into the armpit. Let's tap a little bit more. And then gently relax, lower that arm, sit quietly for a moment. You can even close your eyes and see what's happening in your body. Notice if anything is waking up, if you feel more able to send breath. So far, we've come into the chest and the side body. And maybe the side that hasn't been opened up is going, hey, what about me? So here we go. Let's tap again over the chest. Never hurts to repeat or remind. The other hand goes on the hip, cupping the patting hand going across the lungs on this side. And then taking the bottom hand up and over, draping it over the head and opening up this whole area. And this is now where we're going to pat and cup. So the focus is on the breathing points on the side ribs. So find a spot where it's comfortable to rest your hand and use it as a guide. Breathe in, gently fill this area and let it empty very naturally. Remember, not pushy, not too small, just right. Not too big, not too small, just right. And gently release here. Move around a little bit. Take a pause and notice what you feel. See if you can breathe a little bit more through the upper lungs and the sides of the lungs. And now we're going to bend the spine a little bit, just to open up this area. So place your hands here, could be the palms, the backs of the hands, and you want to move back into your hands. So when you exhale, you're really moving back into the area you were touching. And when you inhale, that area is lightly pressing forward. I'm taking this hand out of the way so that you can see. I tend to move more in the upper back, so I have to think a little bit more into getting the lower part to expand. And inhale, open, and we'll just do one more. We're awakening. We don't have to do anything super huge. We just have to hook up the connections. It's like plugging in. So now, tapping a little bit, can make some sound if you like. And then sit up, keep your hands here. And as you inhale, expand into the back of the ribs. And exhale, let that area release. Gently pull the breath in through your nose and feed it into the back. And exhale, let that release. Let's do one more for good luck. And let that relax and sit quietly for a moment and just see what's happening, collecting the chest, the side ribs, and now the back of the lungs. And now the classic place we talk about in yoga, it's kind of a short form for breathing, is the low belly. So very lightly pat, tap, cup, lovingly saying hello to and awakening the belly region. And then rest your hands over your belly. The fingers can be touching, or you can fold your hands, whatever you like. And we're going to use this touch to inspire, literally, our breath. Inhale into the belly and the palms. Let the rest of the places we've opened up come along too. And exhale, let this release. Inhale, expand. Stay tall. I'm reminding myself as well as you. And now see if you can collect all of those breathing places. The belly, the back of the ribs, the sides of the ribs, the chest. So we want to breathe all the way up into the base of the throat and all the way down as low as we can into the hips or the pelvic floor. And let your breath be relaxed. Let yourself be open and curious. So please continue breathing slowly and gently, feeling into these areas. And I'm going to give your mind, our minds, collective mind, a little bit of a piece of an assignment. So I want you to think of the mind being very open and very free and very curious and enthusiastic. We're going to put aside any of our habits or beliefs about what breath is, and we're going to tap into how our body wants to breathe. So we want to be, if you think of clouds in the sky being the thoughts and opinions, those things are moving all the time, but we can believe that they're very solid and true, black and white. We want to go one level deeper. We want to become like the sky. The sky is that open, expansive space in which the clouds move, they come, they go. And that's the state of the big mind, the big field of consciousness that's very open, that's very clear, that is untarnished, untinted by thoughts and beliefs. So there's an openness there. So we're going to use a sound to help us as well. And this sound has no particular meaning, unlike some of the sounds we use in yoga and qigong. It's a sound that I learned as a young dancer, and it's a sound that works simply on the physiology, which is very important as well. So it's the sound F. Think of the word fun, fantastic, free. So we want the first letter. So we're going to use that as we exhale. So think of that happiness with those words. I chose words that are uplifting. So feel happy. Take an inhalation. You can keep your hands on your belly. And as you exhale, softly make the sound F at the beginning of your word. And as you make that sound, just let it gently change your body and go until the natural completion. Don't let your brain interrupt. Let your body choose the ending of the breath. You might be surprised. And then when your body needs to breathe in, just take a natural, complete breath in through the nose. Now, remember, I talked about people who are pushy, people who are lazy. We have all those types. So don't take an inhalation intensely. You want to take a matching inhalation that goes along with your gentle emptying. So next time you exhale, let's do it again. You can even close your eyes, go inside. Quietly empty the body. Physiologically, there'll be a natural little condensing of the body, like a sleekening, a drawing in that you might well feel. And then when you inhale, let it pour in softly, gently. Let's take two more like that, and don't try too hard. Make it graceful. Use ease. Let the inhalation gracefully match. And one more. Go into your own little world. Find your breath, no one else's. Be curious. Might be longer than you ever imagined. And then gently allow. We're not pushing, we're not forcing. We're just going with the flow. And now let go of the sound and allow your natural flowing inhalations and exhalations to be transformed subtly by the additional information. We're layering. We did one part at a time, tapping. We put them all together. We added a thought to open our awareness. We added a sound to deepen our physiological breathing. And now we're going to add a movement that will be led by our breathing. I invite you to stand up if you wish to. You can do this exercise as seated, no problem. But whatever you do, take what you've cultivated with you. So move slowly and gently if you're going to stand up, and plant your feet and grow tall through the crown of your head. And let's just take a couple of breaths feeling what we've created. I'm going to move back a little bit because you probably won't see my hands completely when I lift up. Now stay suspended to the sky, and as you exhale, just let the knees soften. It may be a tiny bit, it may be more, it's individual. And as you inhale, you're lifting up from the earth energy. You're suspended from the sky energy. As you exhale, the knees are softening. And as you inhale, the feet press the earth and you rise up. And lowering down, and hands come out in front. As we inhale, the backs of the hands rise up to about chest height as the knees straighten. And as we exhale, the fingers trail and the heels of the hands lead. On the inhalation, the backs of the hands are lifting soft, fluffy clouds up. And as you exhale, the heels of the hands are shepherding or guiding soft, fluffy clouds down. Let's do it one more time for the movement. Inhale, the backs of the wrists are lifting up gently. And as you exhale, the heels of the hands. So on the inhale, as our legs straighten, the backs of the wrists lift and the fingers trail. And as we exhale, the fingers trail and the heels of the hands lift. So now you've got the movement. Essentially, it's straightening up as we lift the hands, and it's sitting without collapsing as we lower the hands. Now, this is perfectly fine. That's movement. But in these healing practices, we want to add an inner landscape. We want to animate an inner energy. So remember, I said we're going to lead with the breath. So exhale and soften, and you're seated. Now wait for your inhale. Let your inhalation be the only reason that you're rising, and you're rising until your inhalation is satisfied. And as you exhale, the exhale is telling you it's time to start sinking towards the earth. And you exhale until your body is done. And then the inhale starts to change everything. And you rise up to your full height, touching the sky. And exhale, you never leave the sky, but here you're communicating with the earth. And as you inhale, the earth energy is rising up and filling you, and you take your whole inhalation to do so. And the exhalation is allowing you to release, settle, and be nourished and comforted by the earth. Now, if you wish to, you don't have to go any further than this. You can start lifting the hands higher as you inhale and settling the hands as you exhale. But the principles never change. The principle is that the breath is king or queen of your world right now, and you are simply riding the wave of the breath. So that's my chimes. You keep going. The chimes just tell us that there's a minute or so left to complete. So flow with the breath. This simple exercise can be repeated as often as you like. You can do it in a chair. You can do it standing. Let the breath tell you about your possibilities. Let the exhalation be a gentle emptying and settling. And you don't move into the next phase until the breath tells you it's time. And we'll just do one more. Exhaling. This time on the inhalation, let's all take our hands up and bring our palms together and reach up to the sky. One more inhalation and exhale, stepping the feet together and bringing the hands down to rest in front of the heart center. Feel the stability of the earth, the suspension of the sky, your supple, calm breath that has blossomed like a flower, like a lotus blooming. And notice how you feel. Notice how your body feels, your breath, your mind. And in particular, notice if anything has shifted or opened up in your breath or your understanding of breath and how to lead movement from it. If you have the inclination to leave a comment in the comment box about your experience, I always love to hear from you. And please bring your quiet, beautiful self with you into whatever you do next. And remember that your breath is always, always with you. Many blessings. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you again. Bye for now.